Is your once perfect sleeper struggling with naps, fighting sleep at bedtime and waking up more at night? Nap transitions can be very daunting, especially if you're not sure if it's the right time to make a change. But what if I could tell you that there is a way that you can be certain that it's time for your little one to drop a nap? In today's video, I'm going to share 3 important signs that indicate that your baby or toddler is ready for a nap transition, so they can have predictable days and peaceful nights, no matter what the age. The first indicator is that they are fighting naps or taking shorter naps. So if you notice that your little one is not wanting to go down to sleep, and when you do put them down, they are either taking ages to fall asleep or they sleep for a very short time and then wake up again, it's a good indicator that their nap schedule is out of sync for what they need. Babies need sleep pressure in order to fall asleep and stay asleep. So if they are getting too much sleep, one of their naps or several of their naps, they will have not enough sleep pressure to stay asleep when they come out of a sleep cycle. And this is what results in short naps. You might notice that it's the afternoon nap that they struggle with the most. But that does not mean that that's the nap that you have to drop. In fact, what it is telling you is that their nighttime and morning sleep together means that they are not sufficiently tired enough to have a substantial nap in the afternoon, and then they might struggle to get through to bedtime. So you're going to have to help them extend that wake window in the morning, which they're probably very capable of doing, and encourage them to take a sleep after lunch and have an afternoon nap, which will then help them get through to bedtime successfully. Short naps can sometimes be triggered for other reasons, and if you're unsure as to whether the fact that your little one's taking shorter naps means that they need a nap transition, then watch our video on how to manage short naps, and that will help you decide whether it's time for a nap transition or not. The second sign is extended wake windows. This means that you will notice that your little one is able to stay awake for longer without showing signs of tiredness. While they may do this quite naturally, you may need to help them lengthen their wake windows at appropriate times of day, i.e. you don't want them lengthening a wake window at the end of the day when it's running up to bedtime. Signs that your little one is able to extend their wake windows could be them going for longer periods of time, as I said, without showing signs of being tired. You may notice that they are able to skip a nap without becoming grumpy and miserable and overtired. And for babies, you may notice, and this is a good indicator, that if you're taking an older sibling to school or daycare or nursery, that on the car ride there or the stroller ride there, they're not falling asleep. And if they're dropping that morning sleep when they're moving, it's a good indicator that it's time for them to rejiggle their nap schedule. The third and final strong sign is when you're having difficulties with nighttime sleep, because as I'm always saying, daytime sleep impacts on nighttime sleep. And if the nap schedule is not appropriate for what your child needs at the time, you are going to notice differences and changes in your little one's nighttime sleep. So this could be them fighting sleep, not wanting to go to bed, waking more frequently at night, or waking earlier in the morning. All of those are signs that there's something up with their sleep schedule. So when it comes to bedtime, with toddlers, you are probably going to notice that they are wanting to get out of bed constantly. They are not settling quickly. They're using delaying tactics. They're just not ready for sleep. With babies, they're going to fuss. They're not going to go down as quickly as they used to. They're going to be squirming around and fussing for longer. That means they're not ready for their bedtime sleep. Now, you don't want them to be going to bed at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Therefore, that means it's time to take a look at their daytime sleep. It could be that the last nap of the day is interfering with their nighttime sleep. So if there's not a big enough gap between the last nap of the day and when you want them to go to bed, there won't be enough sleep pressure that I was talking about earlier to ensure that they fall asleep and stay asleep. If you are concerned that your baby is waking up at night because they are hungry, a good way to determine this is to take a look at how long they are feeding for. If your baby is waking up and feeding for a very short period of time and then falling back to sleep again, chances are this is just them needing you to resettle them with a feed. The sleep pressure is not strong enough for them to be able to resettle themselves. They need your help to do so. If they're taking a full feed, then they were probably hungry. And that is just a simple indicator that you can tell whether it's hunger or whether there is a need for a change in their sleep schedule. You may also notice that your little one starts waking earlier in the morning. This is because they've had enough daytime sleep and nighttime sleep, and they don't need to sleep any longer. Therefore, knowing how much age-appropriate sleep that your child needs in a 24-hour period is going to help you hugely when it comes to calculating how much daytime sleep they should have in order to balance with their expected nighttime sleep. For instance, if your baby needs 14 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period and they are taking two-hour naps during the day, you've only got 10 hours left for nighttime sleep. On the Teething to Tantrums website, we have sleep schedules for every age, which tell you exactly how much sleep you can expect your child to take at any given age. Once you've got that, you will then be able to work out how much daytime sleep they need, because that's where you will be adjusting in order to make sure that they sleep for longer at night. So if your baby or toddler is showing any of these signs, you can be confident in the fact that it's time for them to drop a nap. Now, they're going to need your help through a nap transition, and it's not going to happen overnight. In fact, it can take several weeks to establish a new sleep schedule. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe so you don't miss an upcoming video. Goodbye.